Hello, everyone. Dr. Stillman here. And today the question before us is, do you really need to take a multivitamin? So when I started to run comprehensive nutritional panels on patients, I did not think that I was going to find as much dirt on seemingly innocuous, safe, over-the-counter available multivitamins, but I've been surprised. I have taken more patients than I can recall off of their multivitamin and seen them get better. And there's a really simple reason for this that we're going to get into in today's video. It's because not all of you need them. It is because a lot of them have bad ingredients. In other words, poor quality supplements that don't actually meet your needs. It's because that when you know enough about nutrition, you won't need a multivitamin because you'll know exactly what you need to eat for your environment, lifestyle, mindset, et cetera, et cetera. This is an article from Johns Hopkins on do you really need a multivitamin? Now, people will say, well, these guys are conventionally type-minded people. They're not very bright, or they've been hoodwinked by vested interests. Granted, all that may be true, but at the same time, I really think it's important to read your critics, because if you can't dismantle and unpack and understand why they're getting the answers that they're getting based on their thinking, you will end up making mistakes. So this article talks about all of this issue, right? And I want to explain why, because they don't give you enough background on this at the end of the day. I mean, really, I really think that the way that the conventional doctors, the way I was trained, think about multivitamins, they just don't understand nutrition adequately to understand why or why not one should take or should not take a multivitamin. Okay, let's go to some of their key points, though. An analysis of research involving 450,000 people found that multivitamins did not reduce the risk for heart disease or cancer. Let's talk about why that is. First of all, which multivitamin? Secondly, what dose of different vitamins, minerals, amino acids, fatty acids are in the multivitamins? How long did the people take the multivitamins for? What was the period of follow-up? There's so many variables in this sort of study that it's insane. And what's funny to me about this is that I don't think that people formulating multivitamins are actually, they're just, I know who they are, and I wouldn't trust them further than I can throw them, at least in most cases. Why? Because unfortunately, the average consumer has got a pretty limited bandwidth for information. I understand why, but they're also susceptible, unfortunately, to clever marketing narratives. So, for example, if a consumer is faced with two multivitamins, the multivitamin with the better branding, all in all, will get taken off the shelf and put in the shopping cart. Multivitamin with higher doses of stuff will get put in the shopping cart. Why is that? Because people see and think that more is better, which is stupid when it comes to your health. No offense. This is why you get a lack of effect. And this may also explain why sometimes there's occasionally a study out here and there where they say, wow, with this supplement, we saw an increased risk of hip fractures or bloody noses or itchy toenails. I don't know what. You get the idea. And people in the nutrition side of things want to say, no, these must be wrong. They've been bought off. This is hoodwinking, whatever. Let's talk about why that is. These multivitamins, even if you get a good quality one with good doses, what you eat will radically alter or affect what you're getting out of the multivitamin. Here's the other thing about this. One of the main reasons people take multivitamins is for the antioxidants, the beta carotene, the vitamin A, the ascorbic acid or vitamin C, the vitamin E. Okay, listen, those things don't keep well. And most people with their multivitamins and the people making multivitamins, they want their multivitamins to have extremely long shelf lives. And so they don't necessarily put a lot of money into getting good ingredients. They want stable ingredients. So that's one reason. The other reason is that the whole antioxidant theory of aging is really very flawed. And when I say that, what I mean is there was a theory that, if that antioxidants could stop or reverse aging, because the body in aging and virtually every disease of aging, you have oxidation, uncontrolled oxidation. And this is why people make such a big deal about things like oxidized LDL. And it's why I, am very careful to test my patients for lipid peroxide levels, because lipid peroxides are a marker of oxidation. So think about it, that oxidation, right? If you pour in antioxidants, you would think that it would stop or even reverse the process of oxidation. It's not that simple. Not all antioxidants are created equal. Some of them have other effects other than being antioxidants. So you got to account for that. At any rate, the bottom line is this. You can't just dump things into people indiscriminately and get a benefit. So as far as the actual contributions for some of these, you'll notice, for example, that whole foods do a lot So just one serving of black beans gives you half or more than half of the folate that the multivitamin does. You guys don't need these multivitamins. You just don't. If you're going to eat nutrient poor food, sure, maybe you will, but you need to focus on getting the dose right rather than focusing on just, well, this one's got more folate and this one's got more B6. That kind of reasoning for your health is just, it's not right. I could go on. I could talk about folate and B12 and B6. I could talk about amino acid levels. I could talk about more about omega-3s and omega-6s and saturated fats. But I wanted you guys to just get the basic picture and basic understanding, balanced understanding, as Dr. Beck likes to say, of how much seemingly innocuous things like multivitamins can actually derange your labs, your physiology, and therefore ruin your health. It's not that they don't have a place. They can. But the vast majority of these things are being hawked to you by people who don't do any kind of clinical medicine and know next to nothing about how to actually get people well with nutrition, short of just pouring more into your mouth. So, as always, the time to get started with us at Balance Protocol Medical Center is now. Apply to work with me today on my website, stillmanmd.com. Make sure you're following me on Substack and Telegram. As always, thank you for watching. Have a great day.